Hello, beautiful people of the internet. My name is Ryan. Welcome back to Blueprints and Dare Mode. I have an idea for something we can try at the start of today's episode. I'm willing to bet money that this is not a great success, but I'm hoping that it might be a small success. So welcome back. Our Dare Mode run is kind of cursed. And by cursed, I mean it's very difficult. This is episode 161. We've gone a couple of episodes without a big break. The sort of like the lay of the land is this. I don't have... So we need to get to room 46. To get to room 46, we have a number of barriers in between us and there. We have to open the room 46 door. We have to open the antechamber doors, one of them. We have to get to antechamber. We have accomplished none of those so far. We do have the inner chamber unlocked, which is a good step towards getting out of the north of antechamber. These three, we have not... We may have opened one of them one time, but that's kind of it. So that's not good. It's not good. We have been attempting a couple of methods of making things a little bit better for ourselves. One, trying to get foundation down. Getting foundation down is potentially huge because with keycard, we could... So if we get foundation down in one run, if we get keycard in the second run and like put it in code check or something like that, then we could start a run, grab keycard, go outside, hit the inner chamber lever, come up the bottom of foundation. We also have to get the elevator working. My God, there's so many steps. And then we're pretty close to antechamber with some resources. Because we're early on in the game, we have very few resources. So there's really not a lot that we can do. That's kind of the situation. Now, some things that I've been working on, I think, are kind of just not panning out. We're trying to get upgrade discs, for instance, in order to just slightly shift the like resource question. Like in terms of the resource spectrum, if we could just slightly shift the needle in our direction, we would have a lot more, just a couple more keys or a couple more gems or a couple more coins or a couple more dice. Any of those would help us reach antechamber or help us get things accomplished that we want to. However, none of it's playing out. So there's like the resource. There's like a speedometer, right? There's like a tachometer. There's a lot of different like gauges of how we're doing. Resources is one of them. Resources could use some help. The other one that I would say could really use some help is our draft pool. Our draft pool is pretty bad. Like there's rooms that I would really like to access that are rare, rooms that are more common that are less good for me. So our draft pool is kind of in a rough position. And then there's the like steps we have to take to get to antechamber. We've done a couple of them. But we have the inner chamber unlocked, but we have not done a lot of them. Foundation, etc. Breaking the brick wall inside of weight room or secret garden. Both of those would be helpful to us. Here's one. I have not been working on this very often. But here's one thing I would like to work on in today's episode. I'm going to start by doing an old method. Just doing a bunch of runs that go straight to the corner looking for conservatory. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. That's okay. We go the other direction. We grab a die. Sorry. We're going to literally just do some very quick runs and see if we can't affect the draft pool a little bit in our favor. Along the way, I will draft a couple rooms just to see if we can get security. Because if we can get security on the first row or two, then we could maybe step outside and try to get Tomb. And then we would have an upgrade disc done. Sweet. So this is going to be the end of this run. I didn't get either conservatory or my brain can't work today. I didn't get conservatory or security, so let's call that a run. We're going to do the old thing where if we do a bunch of runs quickly, we increase our chances of running into what we need to run into. Rather than go outside, try to get Tomb, then try to get the upgrade disc, then come inside and pray that we get security. security is the hard part of this. Let's just get security, then see if we can get the upgrade disc. Let's see if we can't get conservatory and make a couple rooms different rarities. That would be a big win for us. That's my plan. Welcome to, I don't know how long we'll do this for, but we'll do it for at least a little bit. I'm avoiding drafting parlor room and break room if possible because, frankly, one of the things that I'm nervous about is that we will just continue to play this method and completely break our the difficulty of like parlor room and break room, and then all of a sudden it'll be that's 3 red rooms and I can't get to the corner, so we're gonna call that a day. I'll break my ability to solve those puzzles and get resources. So that's the plan. This may be a bad plan, but it's the plan that I have right now. That's what we've got. It's funny because this is obviously mirroring something that happened in the main playthrough. In the main playthrough, there was a period of time, once I had gotten conservatory, before I had sort of gotten my draft pool to a place that I wanted, where I was like, I know what I need to do. I just needed to draft a shit ton and get conservatory and see if I can push things in my direction a little bit. I guess the good question is going to be, what rooms do I want to change the rarity of? Some of the big ones for me, I would say, are Great Hall, Foyer, anything with an antechamber lever. So Great Hall, Foyer. Then what else? I think Study is really valuable. That was Office. Shit. I should have picked Office there. Okay, mistakes are made. We learn. Office is literally one of the other... Anything with a computer, I'd like to change the rarity of. Laboratory, Office. Laboratory in particular. I have not seen Laboratory enough. How many days is that? 3? Is that 3 runs today? I think we started on day 28. So I'll just try and keep track of that. Other things we can do during these quick little runs that might be helpful to us. Observatory, obviously. Adding stars to observatory is good always. Or almost always. Okay, we haven't seen it once, which is not a good start. I'm just going to draft a couple quick rooms to see if I can't get security along the way. Or office or laboratory. I need to remember that. I have to take a red room if it appears. There's security. So no matter what we do, we can step out to try and get tomb and then come back in. And laboratory, which is kind of funny. I don't need both. I just need one, it turns out. So we'll take Nook and we will basically leave. Cool. Take closet and the off. This is exactly what I wanted. In the off chance we get a die, meaning now we have a pretty good chance at rolling a tomb outside. Nothing else we can really do, right? Outside upgrade disc is tomb. Inside upgrade discs are... Or, frankly, there's also one from Trading Post, but I don't have the ability to do that. Okay, we redraw here. Tomb, beautiful. Inside is garage. There's one other one that I think is relatively easy to grab. What is it? I can't remember. Either way, this is great for us. Unless I mess something up, this should be our first upgrade disc. And it took me like 10 minutes. That was much better. Now, unfortunately, we have exhausted this method. We can still try and get conservatory, but I think the only outdoor upgrade disc was this one. I feel like I'm forgetting one. There's like 16 of them, so it's not, you know, I'm forgetting a number of them. But the easy ones, the ones I wanted to go for, were Tomb Garage, Commissary. That's the other one. Commissary is only like 15 coins or 10 coins. That should be pretty easy. But I have to get a computer. So maybe we do the same thing, where what we do is we play inside, see if we can't get Commissary plus 15 coins, or I don't know, garage key somehow. And then from there, we could try and draft Shrine outside so that we have a computer to put it in. I don't know. We'll have to think about it. I have an upgrade disc. This will be my third. My third footstep will be into security. So this right here is my last time in security, but I get to... Oh, wrong button. We get our first upgrade. Now, we hope and we pray that this is something good. Here's what I would define as good. A room that we get often. Aquarium is not a room that we get very often. The good news is, every time aquarium pops up, I have to choose it because it is red. So, every single time, this is good, this is very good. Every single time that aquarium shows up, I will be choosing it. Do I want 10 coins, which could be helpful for commissary, maybe for some other items, kitchen for footsteps, maybe eventually luxury showroom, but I don't think we're going to be playing the game this long. I hope not. I hope I don't have to spend money at luxury showroom. Star feels like a very long-term gain, which would be helpful, but I don't know that I want it. I think I want goldfish. It makes getting the commissary upgrade disc easier. It also makes laundry room slightly more feasible. It makes footsteps less of a problem. I think we do that one. Okay, that's now. I was honestly hoping for Geist Bedroom. I was praying and hoping for Geist Bedroom because the ability to redraw just a little bit each day would have been very helpful. I did not get that, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and call it a day and lock that in. Okay, that's one upgrade done. I think the next thing we should try and do is keep doing the same thing, looking for conservatory. Along the way, the things we will be quote-unquote shopping for are a... See, now I don't know how to do this. Workshop, if it has broken lever. Commissary, and a couple coins to get it. I think those are the two things. Because the workshop, if it has broken lever, coat check currently has battery pack in it. If workshop has broken lever, then the two of the three hardest items that it will take to upgrade both. Oh my god, both weight room and secret garden key. This game is exhausting in the best way. This dare mode is testing me. I kind of expect, and I'm probably wrong, I kind of expect curse mode to be easier than this by the time we get to it. I don't think it will be, but at this point, that's kind of how I feel. Conservatory, beautiful. I think that's what we're looking for. Workshop, shop, like commissary, and then conservatory. Anything else? The only other thing I would think would be car keys. But to get car keys, I need trading hall outside, and I probably need to employ coat check to make that work. And unfortunately, my coat check is kind of reserved right now for a different item. For battery pack. Okay, what are the items we're going to try and make more common right now? I do believe there is a upgrade disc in her ladyship's chamber. It is also a room. Let me double check that. I think that's true. It is also a room that you only ever really draft on purpose. Kind of. That's not true, but it's like kind of true. There are upgrade discs inside of Mechanarium, her ladyship's chamber, freezer, morning room, which would not be a bad one. It would not be a bad one to get morning room. Tomb done. Great Hall is the other one. Obviously, we could try and get Great Hall. And Vault and Garage. Vault's more difficult. Okay, so I kind of feel like it could be a mistake. Laboratory, commonplace, is a no-brainer to me. It's a one exit, one entrance room, which is good for us right now. Her ladyship's chamber being commonplace, at least until we get it, would be huge. Because then I can change it back in conservatory. And then servants' quarters being just as rare as it's always been is probably the right call. I don't really want to change that one. Okay, that feels like a win. Feels like a win to me. There's observatory to get us an extra star, which does not hurt. Now, here's the thing. I probably ought to slightly change my method of drafting now to see if I can't get her ladyship's chamber and then get out. Oh, I don't even know. I can't remember if her ladyship's chamber has to be on the west wing. It does, right? It has to be. Yeah, it has to be on the west wing. And you have to be drafting from the north looking south is the other part of it. So, this run is basically done. We've accomplished what I hope to accomplish today. However, I may try to very quickly go towards the corner and see if I can't draft her ladyship's chamber. I go towards the side and then go towards the corner. That's what I'm trying to say. I think her ladyship's chamber costs a gem. So, if this has... It has sledge, which is not the item we need. Okay, we're going to call it a day. We go again? I like this method. I don't know that it's very efficient, but I really like this method of changing rooms rarities. It's basically triage is kind of a way to think about what we're doing. Forgive me if I've said this before, but what I like about this method is you're basically triaging runs. There's always a chance you may get what you need in a future part of the house. The run always has legs. If you have a key, then there's a possibility you could find a locked door and get something good behind it. On the other hand, if you don't get what you need in the first row or 2 rows of rooms, I still think it can be worth it to just be like, cool, I'll try again tomorrow. Cool, I'll try again, especially with conservatory, which has to draft in these corners, especially with, we could try this and see if it has sledgehammer on it, looks like. We go library. Maybe we'll get a rare room, which will be nice. How do you add... Oh, foyer is one of the good rooms for us, actually. Foyer makes everything else possible, because if on the other side of this we draft Great Hall, then I can run out of the house with an upgrade disc and try for Shrine. Or try for Shelter. Here's a question. Great Hall takes a cost, right? It does not. God, I would love to make both of these rooms common. It would make things awesome. Okay. So here's the new plan for this run. It's going to be a short run, same as always. Try to get Great Hall? Or try to get her ladyship's chamber? Commissary. I don't have a gem. Okay. There's chapel. So technically, if we draft to the left here and then to the left again, we can get her ladyship's chamber, which is why I'm continuing. There's garage. Gotta take dark room. It's dark as shit in here. And it's locked, so that's good. Call it a day. We go again. Okay. I like what we're doing. I like what we're doing. What do we have so far today? We have... Let's track the permanent... This is how I keep myself hopeful. Let's track the permanent progress. We have an upgrade disc done. Aquarium is a better room. We also have changed the rarities of our ladyship's chamber, which is a future upgrade disc, and laboratory, meaning we have the ability to run experiments. Those are good things. Those are great things. That is a magnifying glass. Nothing in here that we should take commissary here because there's a chance that it has the right thing. If it has the right thing, unfortunately. Okay, it does not. Commissary is a little weird because if you show up and you don't have the money that you need, you are kind of screwed. Because you have to leave, come back, then leave again. It's just bad. It's bad. But you could do it, potentially. I don't know why I'm continuing up here because I don't really want to go this way. Let's just grab a... Oh, I did not want the compass. Jesus Christ. How am I getting distracted already? What am I doing? You don't need to be here. Commissary was a dud, so scooch on to the eastern wing and shoot for conservatory. Office does not have a thing, right? Office does not have a memo or an upgrade disc. It definitely has a memo. Conservatory! Oh my god, it's my beloved. My favorite room in the house. What do we got? Laundry room could be nice. The problem is... I do not know, brother. Attic being commonplace, I think, would be sick. You tend to get keys and gems. Is there anything else in there that's super worth it? I mean, keys and gems are great. I think we probably want it like standard. It costs 3 though. Shit. Okay, let me leave that alone for a second. Laundry room also costs money to do. But if I walked in with like 15 coins, I could get 10 gems, I think. Which would be huge if I had study. I think calling this one standard is not a bad play. If it remains rare, I'll just never see it and it'll never be helpful. If it goes commonplace, maybe sometimes it'll get in the way, maybe sometimes it won't. Attic is kind of the same boat. I don't ever have 3 gems, but if I do, I'll walk out of this with a lot more good stuff. So let's try it. We can always change it back later. It's much easier to change Attic's rarity back. I can just click it here after I've been in the room once. Than it is to change it to what it is. Cool. We're going to call it a day. We go again. So we've changed attic and laundry room on top of the rooms we had before. Our draft pool, here's what's going to happen. At the end of today, our draft pool is going to be fucked up. I don't know if it'll be good fucked up, but it'll be fucked up. It'll be very different. I don't know if it'll work, but it's going to look a lot different. We're shuffling the deck. I don't know that what we're going to end up with on the other side of this shuffled deck will be a playable hand, but how do you add Morning Room again? Is it Solarium? No. How do you add Morning Room to draft pool? Oh, I cannot remember. Because Morning Room has one. Let me think on that. I cannot remember how you add Morning Room. Here's the thing. I will say we may make an exception to our rule of like attempting to draft runs very quickly anytime we get laboratory in the first couple of rooms, because if the experiment is good, it's worth doing an entire run. Oh my god, add an additional dare. Each time you eat an apple, set your dice to 2. What is helpful here? 10 steps, gain 20 gold? What's helpful to us in the long run? Not the third outcome. This one maybe might allow us to try and search for, like... If I had a bunch of dice right now, what would I use them on? Searching for foundation. Searching for garage if I had car keys. Yeah. Probably set your dice to 2 is what we want. It might be archived floor plan. Because eventually we're probably going to get archive. Each time you eat an apple is like maybe a couple pantries. Each bedroom you draft after your second is pretty good right now because our draft pool still has a lot of bedrooms in it. And aquarium counts. Let's try this. We got to draft bedrooms. And if we do that, we can get... Oh, boy. If we do that, we can get... dice, which we can use for other items. I think I will probably try to go outdoors. After. Pardon me. Making my way back to entrance hall right here. I think we draft bedroom here for sure. Get us one of the steps going towards our thing. I think we draft security and say low security. Library would not be bad either because then you get the chance to draft like some crazy shit. Let's do security. We have to have lower chances of grabbing key cards if this is going to work. We are going to change offline mode because there's a chance. Utility closet is still in the draft pool, unlike during my normal playthrough where I basically removed it. This is great. Boudoir. We need gems, but this gives us a gem and gives us the ability to... Any new bedroom will get us 2 dice. Or set our dice to 2, which is a little different, but you know what I mean. We need a key. This is always a long-term positive, though. Let's take the long-term positive. Fuck it. We're at 11 stars. Five gems. Let's go. Jesus. Spin the globe just for good luck. Okay, so we can never come back to any of these rooms because this is our third time in hallway. Right over there. I'm starting to do the math in the back of my head, which is kind of cool. I'm like not even really having to pay much attention to what's going on with the... Like, I'm not having to look a ton at the map. We take guest bedroom here. It gets us 2 dice. And then we can go outside and... What are we hoping for outside, though? If we got Doom, we would have a ton of money. Sorry, if we got Doom, we would have... Yeah, we'd have 15 coins. Which would mean that we could grab the commissary thing. The problem is I can't make it back to laboratory or security. So to get a computer, we'd have to go to office. Maybe I don't want to go outside right now. But if I don't go outside, then... Okay, so not Tomb. We could go for Trading Hall and get car keys potentially. And then roll towards Garage. But again, if I get Garage, then I still need to get... God damn it. Okay, let's just take the dice. Experiment successful. Anything outdoors that I really want? Trading Hall. I could spend my 6 coins on a blessing, which would not be bad because then I'd get to know what the actual blessings are for 6 coins. Grab that so we can trade it. Shelter could protect us from the next 3 red, which would be fine. Shelter might be the play. Shelter gets us a computer, but doesn't get us the coins that we would need to pay off. I don't know. We probably should get... If Shelter appears, I'll take it. Have we seen Workshop yet? Because special items could give us what we need for that. Let's take Shrine. We'll get a blessing. Let's see what 6 does. 4 gave us High Roller for 3 days. 6 gives us Gardener. Jesus fucking Christ for 3 days. Okay. 8 courtyards to your draft pool. That's terrible for me, actually. The good news is we're going to get through that very quickly. Courtyards take gems. I mean, they let you dig, which is nice if you have a shovel. They have junctions, which is nice if you don't have to worry about stepping into the same room 3 times. That's a bad... Gardener is a bad blessing for us, I think. I can't think of a thing that would be helpful for that. I mean... I love Courtyard. It's one of my favorite rooms, but I'm almost always happy to see it. But I don't know that it's good for this specific situation. Okay, so we got to take a red room if it appears. Otherwise, we should draft... even Her Ladyship's Chamber we can't really do anything with right now, can we? There's really not a lot we can do here. Use a die. Rumpus Room gets us coins for a cost, which is fine. Like, what I'm trying to say is on this run overall, what is it that we can actually accomplish? Basically get foundation down is the thing. And what are the odds of that happening? Not crazy high. We do have Sledgehammer and battery in our inventory, and battery pack is in the coat check. So if we got both workshop and coat check, we could very hypothetically, super hypothetically, pull off making a sledgehammer and storing it in coat check. We're doing this run because it has an experiment, and otherwise it's a little sketchy for us. Probably should do commissary here, but I'm going to take spare room. This is a great spot for courtyard, frankly. Left and right. Ooh, there's that. Okay. So, her ladyship's chamber is off the table now. Music room gets me a couple keys. Secret garden key. Cursed. And there's the end of the run. Laboratory. Okay. We go again. Okay, I'd like to still continue to change the rarities of some rooms here. That's what I would like. I really wonder about our workshop situation, our Howard Sledgehammer situation. If I had not already made it once, I would really start to be I'd be doubting my ability to make it a second time. You know? But I've already made the powered sledgehammer one time. And getting weight room specifically, like, cleared into a way that would open a second having weight room open an antechamber door would be really amazing, because it's a room that I select a lot at this point, basically. I don't know that what I just said makes sense. I'm sure you've heard me say it before, though. What I'm trying to say there is, because of the fact that I have to take red rooms when they appear, and that includes furnace, which also makes red rooms appear more often, I really need weight room to be a good room for me. Or, sorry, I would benefit hugely from weight room being a good room for me, because all of the sudden it would also have... Not only am I gonna take that room a lot more, it would be a good room for me in that it would unlock the antechamber. So, there's attic, and we can technically afford it. Let's take it. Absolutely, let's take it. Got a gem, got a compass, which I don't really want. Although compass could be great, specifically for trying to find foundation. The thing is, right now, that's not exactly what I'm doing. We can always try it, though. Just go nuts and try and get foundation this run. Okay. Let's go ahead and unlock this. We whiffed on conservatory. And we haven't hit anything else big either in the first row or two. I do have compass, meaning I might try and take... Never mind, I have an idea. Dang it. Dang it. I was hoping for upgrade discs so that we could draft something here that would help us. Office is not a room that I can draft right now because I don't have any money. Gems, I should say. There's broken lever, meaning we are technically just a coat check away from making powered sledge. God damn it. So I'm going to see if I can't draft coat check, and then we will call it a day if I cannot. I don't know if billiard room gets harder when you solve them or when you draft them. Probably when you draft them. But hard to know. Okay. Can't see anything. Hope it's not a red room. I mean, I hope it is a red room, and I perfectly selected it. Let's go. It's the only one I can afford. It was a red room again. God, I'm lucky. Shout out to Lockpick Kit. Take Gymnasium here. We may get Foundation here, which would be really funny. Holy shit. Does that work? I think I just made Powered Sledgehammer. Coat check here. Right? This would be my first time in coat check. Second time in chapel. Second. Because I didn't set foot in furnace. Second. Make the item. Third. Or second. That works. Right? God, I hope it works. Because if it doesn't work, then I'm going to be very sad. I have broken lever, battery pack, sledgehammer. Second. Don't mess this up, Ryan. Second. Oh, and there was a die here. Probably should have looked around for that a little bit closer. Second. Let's fucking go, dude. Oh, man. That has me really excited. Power hammer and coat check. That's big. Now we have to not waste it. We have to use this on weight room. There's no reason to take it anywhere other than coat check. I was just debating for a second, what if I tried to draft from Gymnasium? That would be stupid. Because then if you failed, you could not go back to chapel. So that would be really just to talk yourself off of that ledge, Ryan. Check power hammer. Beautiful. Call it a day so that we don't ruin it. That's a huge win. I literally was just saying, I don't know, man. It's pretty tough to do. I've done it once in 36 days. Probably more like 38 days because I failed a couple times. Relentless. Forward. Progress. Okay. Oh, I'm excited. I'm nervous. Now, what we hope to do is draft weight room and a coat check nearby it. Because if we could do either of those things, or both of those things, then we have weight room, broken wall, and the ability to do secret garden. If we can't do all of that and it's just a one-way street where we can break it but we can't exit, that's probably still fine. There's a gym. Like, we can break it, but we can't still store it. That's probably still fine. Okay. That said, I don't think I will be changing my strategy. I think this is working really well. We're only going to chase the runs that are already good. I'm going to try and draft, like, the first 2 ranks. Unless I get something great like laboratory. Then I'll see what the actual strategy stays the same. We're shooting for conservatory here and a couple other specific situations. If we get an excellent experiment setup, like something that adds to allowance, I don't even remember if allowance counts. Or something that is just like super easy to trigger and gives us something easy. Then I don't think this is worth it. We'll hit go, but I don't know that we're gonna do it. I would rate that as a relatively bad experiment, or at least not a useful experiment for me. So rather than chase it, rather than drive a bad car, let's look for a better car. Although when I get compass, compass always makes me feel like maybe I'll just get really lucky and go get foundation. Just run like 1,000,000 times north. We could get, this is good for us actually, this is good for us. What we could get here is Her Ladyship's Chamber and then go outside and draft shelter. So right here could be, it wasn't. Okay, we got office. How do I put this to good use? How do I make this work for me? Theoretically, if I grab office here, if I go back out of the house, I grab trading post, I get car keys via a microchip. I could come back into the house. This would only be my second time in gymnasium. I draft north, garage, I go south, the office, I put the upgrade disc in, I call it a day. That's technically a method that could work. And so I'm going to try it. Because it'll take me 2 minutes. It'll take me less than 2 minutes to figure out if I don't get trading post out here. And if I don't get trading post, I'll call it a day. It's literally, I feel like the lesson I am learning over and over and over again in dare mode is like, take smaller bites. Don't take big swings. I'm mixing my metaphors here. Go for singles. Don't take big swings. Don't try to hit a homer. Take very small swings. Or take very small bites, depending on which metaphor you like. Okay, give me a coupon book, then give me a car keys. I knew it would happen. Microchip to car key is one of my favorite upgrades. Coin purse, sure. We want compass right now because it gives us the option of getting... It at least gets us closer to garage. I don't know that it'll help us get garage, but it gets us closer to garage. Okay. We also have not cracked the office safe. So technically, if we do all of this right and we step into office at the end of the run, that would be a... That would be a new gem. It's not a permanent increase, but it's a gem that is unlocked on the map. We have to take Goldfish Aquarium here. It gives us coins, but... Oh, we can't take it. Fuck. Wait, so did I do anything in this run that... No, we're good, we're good, we're good. This run's just cooked. This run we're gonna have to lose out on because Aquarium is technically a red room. Yep. That's okay. We knew the risk.
And I will say goodbye.
Hilariously, Aquarium is the only red room that does have a gem to cost.
And the sea.
I determined the other day
and wonder why daring
that there was no risk in drafting without gems.
Feels just
because
like
none of the red rooms cost
defeat.
gems. That's not true. Aquarium is a red room. Okay, so here's the good news. We did nothing on that day that really mattered. So this is just a part of the game now. Sometimes you reset. Is our gardener blessing done yet? I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to determine if it is... Sorry, I'm looking at my phone because I'm trying to determine if it is storming outside. I can't... Can't tell if my dogs are going to be nervous. That's one of the downsides of this is a wild thought. I don't know why I just had this thought. You know, a couple of years ago when everyone was saying my dogs and they were referring to their toes, their bare feet. I don't know. Maybe you do remember that. Maybe you don't. But no, we still have the blessing. Still have the blessing. One of the major downsides of that happening is that now anytime I talk about my actual my canine friends who live in my house with me, it kind of sounds like a small thing in the back of my head goes, why are your toes scared of thunderstorms? That's a crazy thing to say, Ryan. Okay, so we're drafting. We're looking for conservatory. We're looking for, you know, a good laboratory experiment. We're looking for coat check and weight room very close to each other. Either one of those would be beautiful. I'd still like to try and draft her ladyship's chamber. I feel like I probably ought to do that. I should probably find a way to do that more aggressively. We haven't found anything here. I may draft a couple more rooms. Okay, I was worthless. Don't know why I did that. We have a die. Let's call it a day, because I don't want these courtyards. Let's get out of here. Nothing successful on that day. I'm really excited about the idea of using this powered sledgehammer now, and I'm wondering if I shouldn't just throw all caution to the wind and try and chase that down. But if we can do a little bit of patience, then we can technically use the sledgehammer and keep it in code check, which might be nice. I'm not sure. Workshop is less valuable to me right now. God, this mode is insane. In some ways, it feels like I've done nothing once again today. That's not true. We've changed the rarities of a couple things. We have an amazing item held inside of coat check right now, which is going to be very valuable to us when the time is right. We have upgraded one of our rooms forever. Will also be helpful to us when the time is right. Yeah. We've added stars. We've added these dead end rooms, which we don't want. Let's get something that goes left here, and let's see if we can't draft her ladyship's chamber. Go left twice. Never mind. Take gymnasium. Okay, left twice. Chapel. It's not a bad start. And then either conservatory or... Damn it. In a run like this, I'm curious about one specific thing. So I'm gonna click this. I'm gonna click this. Give me secret garden key, please. No, dang it. I want to test the secret garden key bug that we had, because if it happens every time, then I need to really desperately avoid taking secret garden key. If it happens some of the time, then there's a chance I could still use that antechamber door. We have to have some faith, right? Like, we're working towards an invisible goal. At some day in the distant future, what's going to happen in this mode is I'm going to start a day. I'm going to walk outside, hit the inner chamber door, or the inner chamber lever. I'm going to ride up the elevator to foundation, probably. I'm going to draft weight room, pull a lever that I have smashed with a powered sledgehammer, and then I'm going to draft my way into the antechamber and into room 46, and I will win the game. None of those things are real yet because I haven't broken the wall in weight room. I haven't, etc. I haven't, etc. But that's my vision for how I'm going to beat this. The problem is, if the weight room thing doesn't quite work out, then it probably needs to be secret garden key. It's one of the reliable ways. Or I need to change the rarity of, like, Great Hall or something like that. And because it's just a possibility, I don't know which method is correct yet. I think the weight room one is a good one, but I don't know yet. So we'll find out. I'm going to try and draft towards the corner so that I can see this conservatory. Do I want a security here? I don't know. I don't think I do. I think we just keep going for what we know. I think we just keep going for... God, there's so many things to try and chase. Cool. Conservatory. That's what we wanted. That's what we wanted. I see passageway and I see a red room. These are both big. These are good. These are good. Lavatory, make that shit as rare as possible. Beautiful. Passageway, commonplace, sucks because it's so expensive and is a bad room for me right now. I'm going to make it at least standard. Bedroom, I think should also probably be... The thing is, it's fine right now, and it's also one of our laboratory... It's either standard or commonplace. It's one of our laboratory triggers in a lot of our in some of the experiments. Is there anything I want to change the rarity back from so far? I don't think so. I think we're still good, right? Workshop is the one that I hopefully relatively soon will be changing back, because right now I don't actually... Once I use that powered sledgehammer, I may switch it because that room is taking up a lot of our space. A lot of our drafts. Speak of the devil. Okay. We got conservatory. We changed the rarity of lavatory. Did we wait, hold up. Did I change the rarity on passageway or no? I changed it up just barely. Anything else I ought to do in this run that would be really helpful? That shit's locked, so probably not. This is my third time in here. We'll go draft towards the corner and or see if we can't get, like, Our Ladyship's chamber here. It's my favorite room. It would be really great to get rid of that room. Really great. So, and by get rid of it, I mean just make it very rare. Or even just rare. Would be fine. Because then it would be... not... clogging up the drains. Okay, so the hope here is... that goes the wrong way. If we took coat check and we happen to draft weight room right after this, that would be huge. This is a kind of ideal place to draft coat check. We don't have to do anything with it. The problem is this is also a good run. Let's just take a bet. Let's take a bet. I'm nervous. First time inside a chapel. Give me like furnace or something here. Let's take hallway. Now that we have coat check on the board, all we're looking for here is a weight room right here. We did not get it. I'm going to take this but not actually step in. Although it does have compass, but I don't want to set foot in here, I don't think. Okay, it's all a bust. Nothing matters. Great. Call it a day. Okay, we're gonna keep pressing on. I want to do a little bit more in this episode. I have time to do a little bit more, so let's do a little bit more. I wonder if I need to be going a couple squares higher on the like a couple ranks higher on the west wing before I start drafting towards the south. Does that make sense? Because if I did, that would be... I don't know if it's helpful though. I don't know that Her Ladyship's Chamber can be drafted in A1 is sort of the problem that I'm running into. A1 meaning the like in this corner. If it can't be drafted there, then I definitely need to go farther north before I start drafting south. The thing I was trying to do is draft in that corner because it would help with getting conservatory as well. Two things we can draft for there. We're going to abandon all of this and just go draft towards the other corner. There's annoying workshop. That said, I'm doing everything I can possibly to avoid drafting parlor or billiard room right now. So I'm really trying to avoid those. I guess we take, I mean, library could be interesting here, actually. We'll take lab and see if this run, if we get a good experiment, maybe it'll, you know. I don't remember what the default experiments all are, is the problem. Gain a star is pretty good. Spread dirt on the driveway or add an additional dare. We're not doing that one. Let's do archived, and then we'll follow this one to its full conclusion. Because there's a real chance that if you just follow this run as far north as possible, there's a real chance you could get archived pretty quickly. Oh my god. And draft like 3 or 4 times before anything else happens. Nothing yet. We'll take closet. Okay, that's worth it. Worth the footsteps. Not the footsteps, but the footsteps are less my concern than setting foot into a room for the second time out of 3 total times. That's the shit that sucks. This run, I don't know that I'm going to trigger this experiment. We'll see. I think it's about done. It's done. Technically, I believe I can still go to workshop and get out of here. Go north from there. So, we will try that in the name of succeeding on this experiment. But I've got a broken lever. And that's it. Okay. We go again. I probably should have changed passageway to like super rare. I'd love to get foyer and make it common. I'd love to get, honestly, weight room and make it more common. What's the rarity on weight room right now? Sorry, did I say foyer? I did say foyer, but I meant foyer and great hall. If I could make either of those or both of those in particular common, that would be amazing. Unusual and unusual. Then weight room, hilariously, it's standard. I would take it at common, honestly. I would, if I got the chance right now, I would make it common because I don't see it every run, and I'm gonna need to see it on the run that I win. We're gonna take coat check here because a early coat check means that I can start drafting towards the middle of the board and weight room rather than towards the edge of the board and something else. Okay, let's try and get weight room on this run. Should I grab? Here's the question. I never know what to do with this. Should I grab the powered sledgehammer now? That feels very risky, right? You could lose it to a bug. You could lose it. Well, I guess you wouldn't lose it. You could lose it because you run out of steps. I guess you could always fail the run on purpose. Oh, I don't know if I'm comfortable with that. You could always fail a dare on purpose in order to basically make this day not count. If I grab the thing now, I don't know how I feel about that, but I might have to do it because at this point, that could be very helpful. Grab the sledgehammer immediately. Get to weight room. If you can get it back into coat check, great. If you can't, that's probably okay. If you never find weight room at all, either put it back in coat check or just fail the day on purpose, right? My God, this game has turned me into a monster. Some of the sentences I'm saying out loud, I'm just like, what do you mean? So we want furnace here, honestly. And I'm gonna go grab it. I'm gonna go grab powered sledge. And we'll see what happens here. Sometimes I look up for like, I'll be in the middle of explaining a thought like what I was just doing where I'm like, well, the odds of finding this, the odds of doing it, the odds of what I really need is an antechamber door, and if I can do this, if I can do that, and I look up and I'm just like, oh my God, Ryan, you're a nerd. You're a fucking nerd. And this game didn't make you a nerd. You were a nerd beforehand. I was absolutely a nerd before I ever encountered this game. Okay. If we fail, it's fine. The worst outcome here is actually that we would save the day without that the day would like count without having sledgehammer back inside of coat check. That would be the worst outcome. I'm gonna take maid's chamber here. I'm also gonna draft over here. We've got, I think weight room is going down right now because all we need is, this is crazy, but I'm gonna take lavatory. That's a dead end room that is off the table. Aquarium is red. I shouldn't have picked, fuck me, I shouldn't have picked lavatory. Because I can't draft weight room on the corners. And now we're on the corners. There it is. Beautiful. Thing of beauty. So I believe I can even return it to where I got it from. Meaning we can still hypothetically do it with secret garden key. What a good run. What a good run. That is that's our path forward. That is our path forward. No reason to do anything else. I'm going to go back to coat check, chuck this shit in coat check, and call it a day. I mean, I don't want to risk it. I have the most valuable item in my inventory right now. So I see no reason not to put it back here. 22 footsteps, too. I couldn't have done it. Check power hammer. Amazing. That's huge. That's actually huge. I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I see the light at the end of the tunnel. We might as well do one more day where we see if we can't get Secret Garden key and check that, because if we could do that too, then I don't honestly take back what I just said. That's not a priority. I don't think we need it. It might be nice if it happens to happen. Like, if we get a Secret Garden key, I will very happily roll the dice and see if I can actually get into Secret Garden or not. But otherwise, I'm not going to try and go for it because we have Weight Room unlocked. Let's do a couple more days or maybe a day of this kind of thing where we just go to the corner, see if we can draft Conservatory, see if we can draft Laboratory, Observatory. The Tories are what we need. Tory rooms. I don't even know that I need these resources, but I guess I'll set foot in them real quick. This would be the helpful one because it would have a dice. A die. Why is my brain like this? Done. Okay. So, I kind of like the idea of going for... No, we should just keep going for Conservatory. If I'm being smart, I should try to get Conservatory in the E1 position, where Storeroom currently is. Then come to the left, like I'm currently doing. Because if I get Conservatory correctly, then I can attempt to get Her Ladyship's Chamber and don't have to draft towards the corner. I did draft towards the corner this time because it's helpful, but... Okay. I think we restart this run. Unless I happen to get Laboratory, which I did. Foundation is still the big missing piece for me. It's the really big missing piece for me. And resources. All resources. All resources would be really helpful. None of this is that good, so I'm probably just going to restart. Okay, next day. Oh, my brain hurts. Okay. If I got Foundation on this next run, how close would I be, theoretically, to pulling this off? I have to get Foundation and I have to access the elevator. Getting the key card may take me a number of runs, but it will not be an infinite number of runs. Getting Foundation and getting the elevator working might take me a number of runs. That might take me a while. I just don't know. Running shoes. I haven't even seen Foundation yet. As far as I know. We'll take Laboratory here. I used a die on it just to see if we could get Conservatory, but nothing. Set your dice to 2. Gain 3 gold for each red room. Add 3 aquariums. Aquariums is weird because it does make us rich, but it also costs us gems, and I have to pick it. So, we'll do drawing room, set your dice to 2, and then we will probably just ignore the rest of this run. That's always good. Observatory, although I think I need a gem now in order to get conservatory. There's my gem. Found it. I was literally sitting here being like, wait, is there a gem at 14? Turns out there is. I don't know why I'm drafting these rooms here because I don't need to go here, but part of the reason I'm doing it is because I want to get secret garden key, and music room would let me do that, but I can't do it because I don't have the gems. Do, 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 do. I'm just so... I just want foundation. That's what I'll tell you exactly why I'm doing this. It's because I really want foundation. And so the reason I'm continuing is because putting me up in the sweet spot of like rank 6, 7, or 8 makes me wonder if I won't just get lucky and get foundation. So here I am. Here I am. 20 minus 18 squared. Shit, that was 4. Fuck. $11 minus 8 is 3 squared is 9. If I get foundation right here, I'll feel so lucky. Please, please. Please, I beg of you. Please. This probably isn't a terrible thing to do each day. It's just go as far north as they'll let you. Great Hall, but I have 0 keys. I can't come back because chapel is locked, so. Okay. Sometimes, I don't know if you ever feel this way. Sometimes if a game has a luck mechanic, here's kind of what I'll do. I go between like 2 modes of being. On the one hand, I will be like, oh yeah, it's pretty easy. Luck is a fickle mistress, and you cannot play as if luck will ever land in your favor. You have to play as if luck hates your guts and does not want to see you succeed. You have to play like very like, for instance, you're like, I could get lucky and get foundation. No, that would be so far and so foreign from my from my mind, right? Sometimes I play that way. And then sometimes the way I play is what I just did, which is you're like, anything could happen. If I never roll the dice, I'll never know. I have to roll the dice. I'm tag yourself. I'm each sides of that coin. I'm both sides of that coin occasionally. Most of today I have been like, luck hates you. Luck is a fickle mistress. Don't test your luck. Just try. Like, don't. You're like, well, what if it happened? Instead, just roll the dice as many times as possible, and that will help you succeed. But then occasionally I'm like, could happen. Never know. You never know. For instance, this is going to be her ladyship's chamber, and I'm not going to have... Nope. Okay. Music room I can't take. I don't even know what I'm hoping for right now from this door. Why am I drafting? Let's do one more day. I have to pee. My brain hurts. I'm tired. But I could squeeze in one more day. We got the weight room. This has been a great day. We got the weight room lever working. The next huge hurdle is foundation. What's the next big hurdle? I also think RNG and resources are both hurdles for us. So doing something like, I picked the wrong room. Doing something like getting an upgrade disc or changing the rarity of some key rooms would still be a great success. Okay. Unfortunately, these are 3 rooms that I like a lot. Pantry is our key to getting is helpful for us in both steps and getting 15 coins for upgrade disc. Spare room is the best kind of room. 1 entrance, 1 exit. Den has a very helpful gym. We could take Den a little bit later, but even then, I don't like that. I think we keep all 3 of those the same. I'm going to do a risky thing now, which is that I'm going to take weight room. I don't know that it's risky. I'm going to take weight room and I'm going to get rid of its rarity workshop, and I'm going to get rid of its rarity. Let's make it unusual. I do not need to see it again. I'm sure that having a ruby candlestick or a thing that lights ruby candlesticks would be very helpful to me. On the other hand, right now, I think I have what I need. I hope I have what I need. I don't have gems. So cool. That's so hard to do, to pull the trigger on a decision like that, though, because it's so much easier to change it than it is. Sorry, it's so much easier to change it back than it is to change it. Now that I've done that, I'm like, oh, I may regret that. I may regret that. So what I should be doing right now is I should be drafting towards Her Ladyship's chamber, and instead I am drafting towards trying to make a little bit of money. Because if I could make just a little bit of money here, I could, like if I got an aquarium, I could grab maybe something lucky from commissary. Gets me 1 coin, which is not a lot. This gets me something. Let's take it. Things are on sale. That means I might be able to afford whatever is in commissary right now. If it's an upgrade disc and it's half off, it would be 7 or 8 coins. So that's exciting. If that happened, then I would need to get shelter outside. Oh, so that's fine. I don't have to enter. I would love to have a die. That'd be great. I'm not going to get a die. Bedroom sometimes has one. Ooh, nope. All right, what are the chances that commissary has the upgrade disc? And if it does, what are the chances that I get shelter outside as well? I'm going to go with low and low. Turns out the odds are very bad, and it doesn't matter. That's going to do it for our day today. I'm tired. This has been great, though. I hope you've enjoyed it. Relentless forward progress. Changed some rarities to some stuff, upgraded a room, and most importantly of all, cracked the code on what antechamber lever we will be pulling, and it's weight room. Hell yeah. I feel good about this. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in another episode very soon. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed, and we're gonna beat this thing. See you soon. Bye.